Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They go play action here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed, they will keep possession of the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Second down, Mariota. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Third and long here for Mariota. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. Taking it about the 36. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Charles, for Jacksonville, how do you break down what has happened to them this season? I mean, 3-8 now, 7 straight losses, and they can pretty much forget about the playoffs.
Truthfully, I'm absolutely shocked. I did not see this coming from this team. I thought that they built themselves to such a stage last year that it was a jump off to this season. And we keep coming back to early in the year when they jumped on New England. I thought that was a turn the page, eliminate, the AFC Championship game loss, and keep moving forward. They have not been the same team since. It actually worked against them. I think they thought they were better than what they were, or they thought that people would be afraid of them. Whatever it is, you see them playing with a lack of poise, and now they've jettisoned their offensive coordinator. He became the scapegoat for their troubles. It's much bigger than that.
Now let's go!
On second down, here's Kessler. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Shotgun snap, Kessler. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Dion Lewis, the first carry for the expatriate. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Mariota. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And taken at the 46. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Kessler throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Kessler. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Kessler, and nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now let's go. 3-19.
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go now. Blue lightning.
Kessler looks to throw on second down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They stare up now at a 3rd and long. Kessler and company needing something big after the sack. Out of the gun, Kessler. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They run. This is Lewis. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Brett Kern now. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And now out come the Jags. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 30.
They go play action with Kessler. His throw incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Set. 3-19.
2nd and 10 now. Kessler once more. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Fournette, a first down carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. It's Kessler. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, Kessler. And that is incomplete. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
On 2nd down, Mariota again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Play fake. Mariota. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. Our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. T.J. Yeldon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Smith catches left side, and he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Sliding out of the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Off the play fake, Mariota. And he's got him in, Corey Davis. And now look at this, big gain, the fumble. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He'll get it up the middle. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Kessler. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Dumps it off to Lewis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here. Mariota now on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now a handoff to Yeldon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the shotgun, Kessler. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Titan football. And the Titans getting set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Got a man right side. It's Sharp. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. CD, looking back to Thanksgiving, we had the typical triple header. Did you enjoy while digesting the turkey and pie?
I certainly did, and I think I'm still digesting the turkey and pie. But, you know, you have the traditional ones. You have the Lions who host and the Cowboys who host, and the Lions hosted the Bears this year. And despite the fact the Bears didn't have their starting quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, how about what Chase Daniel did? They went in there and took the measure of the Lions for the 2nd time in a 3-game span. And then the Cowboys against Washington. I thought that was a terrific game, and Dallas got a much-needed win.
Yeah, Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns, and all of a sudden they're sitting atop the NFC East.
Yeah, they're tied with Washington, and they split their season series. So a lot of football left to be played in that division. And, of course, we finished it all up. Atlanta at New Orleans. And how strong and how hot are the Saints?
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to 1st.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From midfield now, here's Kessler. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. This quarterback now just 5 of 16 throwing the ball, but he's got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Kessler. And that is incomplete here. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Kessler. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Hurry up, here we go.
And now it's Kessler. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes our score 17-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis, 77 yards. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. A beautiful fake. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 1st and 10, it's Kessler. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bell. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Kessler throwing on 2nd down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Kessler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Going deep for Monk, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, that incompletion has me thinking. Phillip Rivers last week, I know you saw this. You were working, but he only threw one of those that we just saw. One incompletion the entire game. His first 25 passes were complete.
It was so much fun because I actually saw a highlight, cut up that put all of them together, one after the other. 25 straight. Mark Brunell had the record previously, 22 straight for Washington in 2006. He goes 28 of 29. And I don't know about you, but that almost sounds more impressive than if he's totally perfect for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got that
one
weird,
blemish, right?
That one blemish really sets it apart and lets you know what he did. 96.6 completion percentage. Good luck trying to break that record, people.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for 10. Pressure comes and the Jags block it. Well, we say it all the time. Offense, defense, don't forget about special teams. Big punt block there.
And how many coaches have told us if we make a big play on special teams, if we find a way to score, whether it's on the play or later, 90+% of the time we win the game.
Just don't hold them to those numbers.
No, we haven't quantified it yet, but they believe it, and we have seen it happen many, many times in just that manner. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go. Green.
Now Kessler on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
From the gun, it's Kessler. Wiggles free. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jurrell Casey able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Lambo will put this one through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And that's incomplete. With that incompletion, need to pass along the note about the Madden Classic, where you can watch some of the best Madden players battle it out for their share of $165,000. It's live on Twitch. Charles, starts 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific, December 6th through the 8th. I know you'll be tuned in.
Thank you for letting me know the time and the dates. I'm going to mark that down. I will be ready to go because they go at it now. I mean, those battles, those are pretty strong, and I love the imagination that you see.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 2nd down, here's Kessler. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. With that incompletion, let's look forward to the rest of the NFL season. You know, a lot of people say the season doesn't really get exciting till after Thanksgiving. Well, what are you looking forward to in the month of December?
I do like that expression because each sport has its own, doesn't it? Teams that are in first place July 4th in baseball, that's who's going to win the division, right? That's one of the old adages. We go on and on, but for me, this is what I'm going to look forward to. The NFC East could be a 3-team race. How about the revival of the Chicago Bears? And last but not least, the AFC West is controlled by Kansas City, but the sleeper team, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Boy,
keep an eye on them.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door with just 3 losses. KC with 2. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Mariota. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Second and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To the air again. Mariota. Pass incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the 1st half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well. Creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
The Titans on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Mariota. And that's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game. So you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Brett Kern now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Final 24 seconds of the 1st half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90.
Here's a give to Yeldon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Jaguars on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Kessler. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They try again with Lewis. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First down, Mariota. Incomplete. Switching gears for a second to look at the NFL slate. You know, the bye weeks are now over, Charles. And if you had to pinpoint a couple of teams that are surprising you right now with where they're at, who would that be?
Well, I didn't think Washington would be in first place this late in the year, and they're still hanging in there. But 2 teams that really jump out at me. How about the run the Indianapolis Colts are on right now? And how well Andrew Luck is playing the quarterback position. We don't talk about that enough. They could very well win the AFC South with the play they're playing right now. And how about the Denver Broncos? That was a gutsy win at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are still hanging in there, still hopeful for a wild card spot.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Mariota now from the 50. He dumps it off for Henry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss.
Here we go.
On first down, Kessler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Yeldon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on to stop.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Working from the gun, Kessler. The open man is Shark. It's complete. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing now, Kessler on 1st down. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Finding room to the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Set.
Now T.J. Yeldon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd down, here's Kessler. And this will be incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And now it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So that'll back them up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Set. Blue landing.
From the gun, it's Kessler. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Ben Koyak, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Jacksonville was 3 of 6 last year on two-point attempts. Only the Eagles went more often. But the Jags are going here. They'll try and punch it in with Yeldon. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Going underneath for Lewis. Still going. They can't stop him. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run past midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is Lewis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Well, they try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Yeldon, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Again, it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go now.
Shotgun snap, Kessler. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Calais Campbell in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Play action now. Mariota. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. 3rd and long here for Mariota. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mariota on 1st down. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Mariota. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. 3rd down here.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for 10. Pressure comes, and the Jags block it. And a blocked punt always can be such a momentum swing.
In a big way, because now the spark has been lit. Everyone gets involved with that team, and many times coaches preach, you block a punt, you block a kick, that usually leads to victory.
Looking for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Second down, Mariota. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at their own 27. Back to it after the pick 6. Mariota. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On second down, Kessler. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw, Kessler. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Kessler to throw. And he floats one there, incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They've been stopped twice at the 1. Can they finally break through on third and goal? Now it's Kessler yet again. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars continue to roll. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Complete. Smith has it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he finds his target. It's sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Mariota to Sharp that time for a Titan first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To the air again, Mariota. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Mariota again. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball. Exactly
right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll throw again. Mariota. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams. They put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
On 3rd down, Yeldon. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now Mariota. Buying time to his left. Dodges him at the 50. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
A first down throw for Mariota. And Davis with it left side. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mariota. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Mariota to throw it. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll run with Yeldon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On third down, Kessler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. But the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. With it is Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Throwing is Mariota, going underneath for Lewis. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On second down, Mariota again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Mariota. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now running right through it. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Jaguars are pouring it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the fifth tune at this point.
She left scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. To throw, Mariota. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Brett Kern now. And he's had all kinds of problems just getting punts off so far. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So they're not running it. Kessler wants to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Fournette. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong.